Ho, ho. Look, I come from a city, you hear signs when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique. They ain't play their part, so my part is play for keeps. Why I a kid, but I never saw that.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to Locked, Loaded, and Goated. We are here live like we always are Wednesday night. So I'm Brandon Andrews, and we got Jeff Riddle. We got Jordan Elkins and Tony Pardo with me. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing well.
Ready to talk football. All right. Well,
tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. Well, we're going to get started with how we always get started in Riddle because I was so curious. We're going to start with you. What'd you learn?
I learned that if people don't know about Mesidor and Bain at Miami, you will now. So far in these playoffs, they've got 18 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. Went to the Kyle Field and won, and then knocked off the defending champions. Montana State and Illinois State put on an absolute classic in the FCS National Championship. If you missed that, you missed a great one. And teams with a bye in this 12-team playoff are now 1-7. Only Indiana has a win.
Kippy is already in the chat saying, I don't want to hear the SEC gauntlet again. Kippy, we just talked about that before we got on air. So, and then Jesus is Lord says, are y'all ready for Miami to become natty champs? Well, they have a shot. They have a shot. And if they do it, then my Carson Beck looking pretty damn good at the beginning of the season. It's going to look mighty good for Tony Pardo and the ball knower.
He hasn't done anything.
The question will be, does he have a national championship? That'll be the question.
Yeah, well,
there you go. There you go.
I believe your comment at the beginning of the year was that he was going to win the Heisman.
He was in the race. I can't help that. He was in the race. He just decided to go for a title, not titles. So anyway, okay, Jordan, what'd you learn?
Yeah, it's just that FCS game, Illinois State, Montana State. If you missed it, you missed a good one. First overtime championship game in FCS history. Miami ends are scary. I'll give Jeff props on that. They are a force to be reckoned with. On the other side, to get a rematch of a game earlier this year, we'll get into it later, but like Jeff said a couple weeks ago, rematches should make you nervous, and they should for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tony, what'd you learn, buddy?
Well, defense still wins championships. I don't really like Ole Miss's chances this week. Save that for later. But I think the most important thing, and this has been going on, this is outside of the playoff. I just want to tell everybody that's in here that your recruiting class does not matter. Your recruiting classes don't matter anymore.
No.
High school classes are irrelevant.
Yeah, high school recruiting classes, Tony. That's the key.
I'm talking about.
High school, yeah.
It was great.
They don't matter.
The thing is I think what you probably going to start seeing is like we talked about in our group chat, the high school recruiting will probably be filler because you have to have people to go out there on the practice squad. You're not allowed to have practice teams anymore or scout teams. So you're going to have 105 players. So you got to have people, and you're just not going to pay those guys that much. You're going to go and save your money, your NIL, your rev share for players that are transferees that have already been developed and established somewhere. That's probably what's going to happen, but we'll see. The only thing I learned was like we talked about, the SEC absolutely got boat raced so far in the the bowl era or season, and it's been absolutely abysmal at how we've lost. It's not like we've just gotten teams gotten lucky here or there. It's just like I said, and now I'm not talking about Georgia because Georgia lost to an SEC team, so that they're excluded. They're excluded. But I'm talking about all of us. But anyway, all right, we'll move on. So, Riddle, give us the standings and Riddle.
So right now, and I updated this on Saturday. Josh is still in the lead with 31 points. Big Hunt is second at 27. Chad is third at 26, and Dees is fourth at 23. So it's really tight between those four. Still a lot of time left to get some points, and this is your next chance right here. So only 12 quarterbacks in FBS history have thrown for 3,000 yards and rushed for 1,000 yards in a single season. 8 have started in the NFL, 5 have won Heismans, 2 have won national championships, and only 1 has done it twice. Who is the only quarterback in FBS history to throw for 3,000 yards and rush for 1,000 yards in a single season twice?
I got an idea, but we haven't talked about it. Can I send it in the can I send it in the text?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
All right, yeah. I'm probably wrong, but
that's folks in chat. Get that Google going. Come on.
I'm not using Google. That's not what I know. I just wanted to click. Damn, you got mail. Is that Riddles?
That was me.
Oh.
It's an old Apple PC over fired up in my
Apple PC, boy. Okay. All right. Well, that is actually a very good one. So y'all, Riddle knows the answer. I do not. So we'll see what it comes up with later. So first thing we're going to talk about is the coaching carousel. It is slowing down, but there's still some critical moves that are happening. We're not going to talk too much on the coaching carousel, but Tennessee made some big additions to the defensive side of the ball. Jordan, I'll let you go with that. Tell me your thoughts on the defensive hires, and then anything else, any other changes you foresee.
No, I mean, they've done a phenomenal job. That defense had to be revamped, and that's exactly what they went out and did. Before this year, Coach Heupel has never fired an assistant. And then once he fired the first one, he was like, man, this feels pretty good. And he went on a down spree there for a minute. Mm-hmm. Still not really hearing anything about strength conditioning yet. I don't know if that means the guy they're targeting is still on the staff right now that's still playing, maybe in the league. Mm-hmm. I hadn't really heard a lot of chatter. I think a lot of focus has been on NIL in the portal right now. I mean, as it should be. Yeah. Your strength conditioning will come later. Have found out this week. I told y'all before, McIntyre's having a hard time putting weight on. Dude's apparently allergic to everything that contains food. But also hearing a lot that he's been really lazy, not doing the things he needs to be doing on his own time to try to put some weight on. So not real sure that we'll ever see him get some any kind of meaningful reps in Knoxville unless he gets serious about wanting to be a D1 football player.
Yeah, because as of now, unless you get the transfer, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but he would be number one, right?
Pick whichever one you want.
I mean, if spring was tomorrow, he would be the guy coming out there. Obviously,
he's QB1 at the moment, which is
Faison has a shot, but
has a great arm. No, I mean, they told Faison he was not going to be a day one starter coming in. I mean, he knew that. When he signed. I mean, he'll take some time, learn the playbook, polish off his passing a little bit. He's more of an athlete. He'll have to polish his passing a little bit. Yeah. I mean, G-Mike can sling it. There's no doubt there. But the first time he gets hit, he's going to fold like a lawn chair. I mean, the kid looks like Peyton Manning did when he was a freshman, and he's 3 years into this now.
Yeah. All right, Tony. Any thoughts on the coaching hires at Tennessee? Or you good? I know you're worried about another coaching. You worried about another coaching hire, aren't you? The Tennessee Titans.
No. I can honestly don't care about that.
What's up, Kies?
It's going to be so glad you mentioned that, because the boat the Titans are in, and then the boat that the Vols were in, at what they had at head coach and coordinators and all this shit, it can't get any worse. I mean, anybody is an upgrade. Yeah. I mean, at this point for either of them teams. So, but yep. I mentioned it. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Vols have going for them.
I bet he does too. I bet that motherfucker done won 4 Heismans.
So Tony, Chad asked you if you know how to use that white box behind you.
It's called a PlayStation.
Yeah, and then Big Hunt said, "I'm sure he does. He probably has a career mode with Diego Pavia."
Tony.
No, he's got a career. He's went through high school with Tony Pavia.
Yeah, Tony Pavia. He said Tim Banks, Tennessee head coach. What up, Riddle? All right. Anyway,
Be patient,
so
Chad, be patient.
Oh, time out.
Whoa,
Yeah, live just ended.
what just happened?
violations of community guidelines.
What did we
was that?
do?
I have no idea.
Nobody said anything.
It's freaking TikTok, dude. Hold on. I'll get it back up. This fucking place, I swear. Hey, talk real quick. All right.
Yo.
yeah, that's all right. I mean, that's
All right.
just
Okay.
fine.
I know. I'm just over it. I'm over. I've got a plan for the off season. I just got to get there.
Just got to survive a few more here, and then
Yeah.
mid off season mode.
Well,
Big Hunt has joined us on Twitch and said, "F TikTok."
I'm
Yeah,
trying
amen,
to.
'cause I didn't know what was
Absolutely.
said this time.
I've done sent out some text and told people to come to.
It won't. Somebody won't let me go live.
We got a WTF on YouTube. Keith said it wasn't you this time, Tony, on Twitch.
I mean, I
really
didn't
wasn't
do
anybody,
anything.
I don't think.
No one said anything.
I have no
Crazy.
idea what happened. I don't know if we said Diego.
Mac was lazy as hell unless his uncle or something works for TikTok. I mean,
We were
I
talking
don't
about
know.
Diego Pavia and then said Tony Pavia. I don't know
Whoop.
if that's blasphemy or what, but
yeah.
All right. I'm going back live.
Vanderbilt nerds.
Going back live. Okay, I think we're back. Apologize. This is absolute TikTok. I don't want anyone to. I don't want to sugarcoat it. TikTok has always been a thorn in the side of us. So we appreciate everyone for being here on TikTok, which is why we keep doing it though. So we're back. This time I was trying to go through Streamlabs, and Streamlabs, I got to do it for literally 15 minutes, and it kicked
Big
us.
Hunt
So
said it's the Tony Pavia curse.
it is. I mean, Tony Pavia. Yes. Anyway, we're back. We're live. Okay. So Riddle, the only thing I was gonna ask you, because I thought it was worth it. You saw the tweet that came out where it was Kirby Smart being courted by the Atlanta Falcons. I don't believe that's ever going to happen. But do you know if that's true or not? Did they offer him? Did they even give him a call, or is it just
I don't
all
know if
smoke?
it's true. I mean, you hear Brad on YouTube said, "Now let's address this gauntlet crap." I don't know if it's true or not. You hear a lot of these things every year, but Kirby has his family, his house, and everything in Athens.
Yeah.
He's coaching at his alma mater. He's one of the highest paid college coaches right now. He's comfortable where he's at. I think he enjoys being there and coaching college kids. He's had a taste of the NFL before. If he wanted to go to the NFL, he'd go to the NFL. And I don't see it happening. If he wants to, kudos to him. But I think Kirby's a stand-up guy, and he would at least let everybody know well beforehand so that they can get their ducks in a row. But
I
yeah, I
agree.
don't see him going to the NFL.
I agree with that. The funny thing is, and the only reason I bring it up is like today, I literally sent you one where it said Kalen DeBoer was going to be one of the head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't know if this was all like just a farce, a joke. But like Big Hunt said, Falcons top target's Harbaugh. Well, everyone's top target's Harbaugh right now. So, I mean, if you're in the NFL, but anyway, okay. I just wanted to make sure, like I said, because obviously there's been so much going on that it's very, very challenging to keep up with on the coaching side. But anyway, we're going to get into the real meat and potatoes of tonight's show, and that is the transfer portal. What do you mean, Golf? We're back on TikTok now. We're back on TikTok, Josh. If you want to get back on there, you can stay on here though. We prefer you be over here. But anyway,
I prefer you on either of the other two.
Yeah, we prefer you. We prefer you here. But anyway, long story short, we're going to talk about the transfer portal. Lots of big names, lots of movement going on. But Riddle, what I'll do is I'll start with you. Tell me your thoughts on the transfer portal. Give me some Georgia insight, and then kind of hand it over to Jordan.
Well, as far as Georgia goes, we've only got 10 guys that have went in. Really, it's just depth. And I think that's just the day and age of college football now. You're going to lose guys. Tony said before we went live, he was talking about how high school recruiting classes don't matter anymore. And if you look nationwide with all these teams, most of your classes, those top classes you have, most of those guys are going to go somewhere else because in this day and age, they don't want to compete. If they're a 5-star and they can go somewhere and play immediately, that's what they're going to do, especially if they're going to get paid to do it. So kudos to the ones that are loyal and stick it out. We've talked a lot about the transfer portal and everything and what we think needs to happen to help remedy all these things that are happening in today's game. But as far as Georgia goes, the 10 players that have hit the portal for us are cornerbacks Andre Evans and Daniel Harris, offensive tackles Nair Daniels and Bo Hewley, safeties Jaden Harris and Janelle Aguero, and then defensive lineman Jordan Thomas, running back Roderick Robinson, and tight end Pierce Sperlin, linebacker Chris Jones. It's just a lot of depth. Pierce Sperlin, he's going to play somewhere, but he's behind Lawson Lucky. You know, Delp's gone, his eligibility's gone, but Lucky's still going to be the guy. Now, Kirby likes using multiple tight ends.
He loves to run a 12.
Yeah, it was one of them situations where if he stayed, he probably would have been very active in next year's schemes. But you know, these guys they want to go somewhere where they can be the guy, and I get it, but at the same time, I don't like it at all. But we did get Khalil Barnes, the safety from Clemson. He is transferring in. I expect the Georgia situation and who's going in the portal and everything to either pick up or pretty much die out. I mean, it's either I don't have that much. I don't see us having too many more.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Kirby will look for people in the portal now that, you know, there's 75,000 players in it. So
any home runs that you're hoping to get at Georgia?
Well, I like the twins down at Florida State. Both of those are edges. They're both 4-stars. That's the Desser twins down there. They're ranked 10th and 19th right now in the portal. The big one that I've got on my notes is a guy that I talked about a lot when we covered Utah this year, and that's John Henry Daly, the sophomore from Utah. He's a defensive end. He had 24 tackles, 11.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles.
That'd be great.
He's a disruptor on the line, and if Georgia needs something at all, it's somebody that can disrupt the passing game and get back there and cause pressure, because Georgia struggled with it. They had a few good weeks there towards the end of the season, and then came back against Ole Miss and couldn't get to Trinidad. So as far as that and the other big names in the portal, no, not really. I think most of the people that we have returning are, you know, pretty much locked in. So we'll see what happens, though. Anything can happen in this day and age.
Big Hunt says Kirby's going to have to dip in there for wide receiver. Which,
I mean, you got Cam Colton. He's the biggest one right now.
They're saying he is going to Texas. They are saying he is going to Texas. He said it wasn't about the money, but
right, he just hasn't committed yet.
Yeah.
My favorite move of the portal so far is the Parker Livingstone from Texas. Transferred to Oklahoma. Like, who does that?
Nobody. Nobody.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's going to make a lot of people happy there.
Before I hand over to Jordan to talk about, you know, some of the Tennessee stuff going on. So I'll give it to Tony first this time. But anyway, I just want to talk about, we talked about this off the air, but the number of players that we have in the transfer portal by SEC teams. So Auburn has 33. Going through a coaching change. Florida has 31 going through a coaching change. Mississippi State, I don't think they're going through a coaching change, has 30. Arkansas, 30, coaching change. LSU, coaching change, 26. Tennessee, 24, not really a coaching change. Some assistant coaches, but Oklahoma.
Some hard conversations have been had.
Exactly. Oklahoma,
didn't want to hear it.
23, no coaching change. Missouri, no coach, 22. South Carolina, 21. Texas with 18, Alabama with 18, Kentucky with 17, Vandy with 14, the Aggies with 13, Georgia down there with 10, and Ole Miss is sitting at 3. So with
Which
that,
they're still playing.
yeah. With that said, that could go up. Yeah. Tony, tell me about Tennessee's transfers and what are you looking out of the portal, and what are your thoughts on this many players being in the portal?
Well, the numbers, people kids that have opted to transfer portal. I just think this is going to be a normal thing yearly. I mean, I'm not really bothered by it. It's basically almost like NFL free agency. You're going to lose players. This is what this is now. So a lot of these kids Tennessee lost. Really not hurt over it. The only one that kind of sucks.
Thank you, Kibby.
Book Carter going to Vandy.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Book Carter's going to Vandy.
Yeah, just throw slants on them, folks. That's all you got to do. But the only one that I think that really might hurt some, we're obviously Tennessee was hoping to get Gibson back. He pushed out on us. That's fine though, because he literally just robbed us this past year. Anyways, I don't know if he was. I guess he was hurt. I don't know. But for him to flake out like that, you think he would want to come back and
got a raise, played 1 quarter.
Yeah, so that's basically it. That's the one that I guess you could say that hurt the most, even though he didn't even play, just because Tennessee did lose so many position players. Caleb Herring has another one we lost. He didn't play much. Obviously, he wasn't ready. That's fine. Hell, he could come back. But I'm sure it has to do with money because he does want to play.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. A lot of these kids do want to play, and that's a Tennessee if they want them bad enough, to pay them. Say, okay, sure, you're going to play. Obviously today picked up Kalen Lee from Auburn.
New Carter 2.0.
Yeah, hopefully not. Don't say that. Hopefully,
exactly the info I have on the kid. He's Boo Carter 2.0. I mean, he demanded another $40,000 from Auburn before he would get on the plane for the A&M game.
Chaz wants to know is
all I need to know.
Chaz wants to know if Levitt's coming to Tennessee.
That's the big question.
Who knows? Obviously, that would be the big fish if Tennessee was, I think, to get someone out of this portal.
That's just huge.
They'll definitely bring in another quarterback. Don't know if it's going to be Sam, but that's whatever. You know what I find funny though?
Big Hunt saying that Tennessee's biggest loss was Tim Banks.
Absolutely not.
That is funny though.
We are no longer talking about the man. He is gone.
Yeah.
But what is funny,
dude?
So out of all these players that we lost, the first kid that was picked up was Max Gilbert. So what the fuck does that tell you about our talent that left us? Oh, yeah. and like the other day, we got Quay Moss, who has potential to be he's a heavy hitter, and he can play the ball. So that's another thing we lacked last year as well. Obviously, the safety position, because these kids are like running around blindfolded in the defensive backfield.
No one that Sorsby has I don't want to say demanded, I'll say commanded $5 million. Levitt being ranked the higher QB, which that's the eye of the beholder. I understand that, but he's going to get somewhere. Do you think Tennessee's prepared to pay that, or do they actually take their chances with something? Jordan, I see you shaking your head. No, I just was curious. What about, I've got the best guy for you guys.
Coming off, I mean, people don't realize that foot injury he's coming off of is a major injury, and he's wanting a lot of money for what might be Jermod McCoy 2.0, that you may have a lot of money tied up in a guy that doesn't play a snap.
Thank you for following, Bulldog.
I think Heupel and staff have learned from last year, the trio of McCoy, Carter, and Gibson. I mean, you had probably 25% of your NIL tied up in those three guys, and you got nothing, 1 quarter, and 1/2 of the season.
Yeah. So Chad said they're saying Levitt has already turned down $7+ million. He'd be an idiot. I don't care if it was at Hawaii.
He hadn't turned that down.
I don't care if it was at Hawaii. If it was at Hawaii, you should go. Thank you, Chaz. Okay, so I've got the funniest thing, Riddle. Just before I give it to Jordan, I've got the best quarterback for Tennessee. Moving into the 2026 year, I think you should go after Dylan Raiola, Fatty Mahomes,
Patty Mahomes.
and get him over there so Tony can bitch about somebody else.
Word on
He can come fight for the job.
Word on the streets is he's pretty pissed off Texas Tech didn't want him.
Did you see that tweet? Did you see his tweet? That's the saddest thing I've ever read. Can't even depend on your heroes. Like, what's he gonna do, bro?
Oh, was that real?
Yeah.
So Jordan and
I wouldn't put
Tony
it past
Big
him.
Hunt has a question for y'all on Twitch. Says, with Faison coming in, would you start him or dip into the portal?
No.
Go to the portal.
Tennessee's going to go get another quarterback.
On day one, he told him he would not be a day one starter out the rip. He'll need to polish his passing game a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, they'll dip somebody out of the portal. I've around the program, at least through the sources I have, things have been really hush on the quarterback front. Any other position, I have a good feel on the pulse of what they want to do, who they're looking to go after. They've been really quiet on the quarterback, which this is just pure speculation on my part. It leads me to believe they may think that Joey has a better than average chance to get another year of eligibility out of this whole deal. If that were the case, obviously that'll be your guy because he's had a year in the system already. And look what happened the last time you had a guy that finally got a second year in the system with Hendon Hooker in 2022 before he got hurt. As far as Tennessee, a lot of their bigger targets on campus yesterday, today, tomorrow. I know Levitt's on there. Everything I've heard says Levitt is going to Kentucky. I think he's trying to fish around and get some money. Of course, I know Kentucky just signed the backup kid from Notre Dame, so he might be out there. I know Levitt was a big fan of Will Stein. Simpson is going to the NFL, Kippy. That was, from what I understand, it was kind of down to between Tennessee or the NFL. If he got a round one grade, he was going. I don't see why he wouldn't compared to what's available in the draft. There's no reason he shouldn't go as a first rounder. I do know Heupel was in his hometown on Monday. Personally, I think that meeting wasn't as much about Ty as it was about Graham in the future right there. So we'll see what kind of comes out of that.
That's what I thought too, Jordan. I don't think it had anything to do with Ty. I think he was there for recruiting for the future.
The more of that was more about Graham.
Yeah. What the Riddle? Oh, that's from Chad. Okay, that's crazy. If that's true. So Riddle just sent me something from Chad, and it said that Levitt turned down $7.7 million from Tennessee. No,
I'm not saying anything on that.
I'm like, that
was in May of 2025.
That was last year.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's tremendous.
Sun Devils. Says at the time he cited loyalty to the program and a desire to finish his college career there. However, the situation
he won't get $7 million this time. I guarantee.
No.
Coming off that foot injury,
no.
He'll do good to get 3 to 4. I mean,
it says
that's where his market value is at the moment.
Says early January 2026 reports indicate he is expected to land at the University of Kentucky with a new deal projected between 5 and 7 million.
God bless America for that kid.
That's what they're saying. I mean, I don't
know.
So
Kippy also said while we were talking that Cam Coleman, he saw a tweet come through or a message for Texas Tech. Now I saw Texas today, but we'll see.
Everything I've seen was Texas. I haven't seen Tech.
But
I mean, Tech is not out of it at any point with anybody.
So we'll say, so if that's the case, Cam Coleman, Chaz Coleman, the top 5 transfer prospects are kind of accounted for. Damon Williams, everyone says LSU is the team to beat. You got
then you get out of that contract.
That's
if he can get out, which I don't know if he can. But James Smith at 8. From Alabama. I ain't going to try to even say this dude from Wake Forest. He's committed to Texas Tech, though.
Cam ain't going to A&M if he wants a legit QB.
Yeah. Well, the Texas is what I was thinking, and I was like, but then Texas Tech, you never know. The fact that they got Sorsby, he may be wanting to go down there, but there's your one of your twins, Riddle, at 10. And like I said, if you just go down a little bit more, though, you have DJ Lagway at 15, Dylan Raiola at 16, and Deuce Knight at 17 all have experience playing And it's just curious if Tennessee is in need of a quarterback, which I'm not so sure they're in desperate need. You guys know them better than me. I still think maybe George can do it, but Jordan, you know better than I do. So
I mean, he's having a hard time putting weight on between the food allergies and just from what I'm hearing, pure laziness. I mean,
yeah.
Food
well,
allergies,
if that's the case, then there's nothing you can do.
You can't help your body on food allergies, but I mean, if you're not putting the work in the weight room and doing what you can do to put that weight on, then I mean, you just tells me you don't want it enough, and the staff isn't going to throw you out there just because hey, I was a 5-star, give me a shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Chaz says, is Sorsby better than Marcel? I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Pastor, absolutely.
Marcel is still a work in progress. I think he's got a huge upside and a tremendous talent, but that South Carolina game, the reason they were down 30-0 at half was because of the way he played, plain and simple. And
that's why they lost to Miami.
Yeah, second half he turned it around and brought them back, and he played a lot better in the second half. But the reason they were in the deficit they were in is because he made a lot of mistakes in that first half, and South Carolina was not as what they should have been. To some people, they're not a good team this year.
Marcel Reed is an athlete playing quarterback.
Yes,
he's not a quarterback that's an athlete. He's just an athlete playing quarterback. I mean,
and before we move on from the transfer portal, the Alabama side of it, Caleb Woodson was the first, the Virginia Tech linebacker, good depth position. I don't know if he'll start. The Caden Strayhorn, the guy from Michigan that committed to Alabama, he actually played beside Michael Carroll at IMG. So I know he can play football. If they put him together, maybe just trying to bring up some symmetry there. And then Hollywood Smothers, that's really our big home run. I know that he knows how to find a hole and hit it hard. We'll see what the O-line does.
He was one of Tennessee's top targets for running back, but I mean,
he's
I
good.
don't blame the guy. He wants to be a featured back.
Yeah, he's good.
Deshaun Bishop is going to be our featured back. I mean, that's why he went there, and that's why Cam Cook went to West Virginia. Because I mean, those guys want to be featured backs, and you can't fault them for it.
The guy that I'm most interested in, and the one that I want to see, and may not even be on y'all's radar, but one of the biggest people for us, Jacarius Peak from NC State, the tackle, absolute. Yeah. They're saying he's going to command almost $2 million, but that's what Alabama needs right now. So I'd be very curious. I'm trying to watch that one very closely.
Yeah, Big Hunt
he's
mentioned
that Sam Levitt. Hell, Lance Hurd wanted $3 million from us, and we're like, no, thank you. We'll take
that's ridiculous. But anyway, all right. Well, that's going to do it for the transfer portal. Like I said, there's tons to talk about.
The best comment I've seen on the transfer portal so far was today on Twitter. A guy said, "Man, this transfer portal is toxic as fuck. Just wake me up at August 1st and tell me who's on the team."
Yep.
I mean,
it's a lot to keep up with, man.
You have 134 FBS teams.
Yep.
You have 188 quarterbacks in the portal. I mean, I hope they all find the starting job they're hunting, but I mean, it's just not going to happen.
The sad thing is, like you said this before we started the show, but these kids don't give a shit about the university. They don't give a shit.
No, the days of loyalty are gone.
So it's hard to give a shit about the kids. Stockton. Well, yeah, because he grew up a Georgia fan, and that's different. Yeah, that's different. But I'm just saying that it's weird right now. It just, I don't know, man. I don't know how we build that back. Like I said, hopefully we're this much closer after this crazy offseason to contracts like we talked about. Because, like, here's a good example, the Damon Williams case up at Washington. He can't go anywhere if that contract holds true. And so guess what?
Yep.
That eliminates that bullshit. Hey, you signed this contract.
Yeah, like Justin, I mean, well, he has to pay that money back. I mean,
that
or it could be written in a way that he can't get out unless they let him out.
Right, and let me ask this question: all these coaches sign contracts to these teams, but they can just up and leave whenever they want to. How is the NCAA going to hold this kid to that contract and not let him leave when the coach that he's playing for could literally say, "Hey, I'm going to go here and coach"?
Yeah. It depends on.
It'll turn into a buyout situation where you'll have to buy kids out, which will take a lot of these. I mean, right now there's 38% of all FBS players, almost 4,000 kids in the portal. I mean, you'll cut a lot of that shit way down because a lot of that's just bag chasing. I mean, we all know it. And I ain't mad at them. Hell, you don't have a future in football. Get what you can while you can. But I mean, you got to also understand what your market value is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the one thing that I don't think they have. I don't think people have realistic expectations of what their market value is, because what I'm seeing is people very overestimate their own self-worth in the transfer portal. I have not seen very few people, and I mean that sincerely, maybe five per class that are actually worth their value in the transfer portal. Maybe
just
five.
look at Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
He committed to Georgia. He flipped from Georgia, goes to Nebraska. He tries to do everything exactly like Patrick Mahomes. He's not his own person. He's a mid-tier quarterback, and he entered the portal thinking he's going to be, one of the next best somewhere else. Yeah, and he's not. And now it's hurting his feelings. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, dude, that's why
I thought I had this saved. The New York Times had a article, I mean, like 3 days ago, that kind of had a generic position by position breakdown of what players could expect to make.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't unrealistic. I mean, it was a lot lower than a lot of these kids think they're worth. But I mean, it wasn't unrealistic. I thought I had to save, but I didn't.
Well, it's just like, everyone, like Cam Coleman is a very good receiver, but Cam Coleman had not as many drops as Ryan Williams, but he was about second most in the damn league. He had them brick hands.
You can't hurt this man on basketball.
Oh, what is it?
He's accustomed to that.
Oh,
hell yeah. We had Ant a few years back and still lost 12 or 13 games. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Bama's playing Vandy tonight.
Inside the basketball as Tony is the Titans.
Vandy basketball has Pavi on the team because they're 11-0 now. So
I mean, I still remember the SEC run that Georgia made. That came out of absolute nowhere. But I mean, Georgia basketball is always going to be Georgia basketball, and so you root for them and hope they win. But at the end of the game, you're like, well, I gave it a good try.
Yeah. I mean,
the old college
can't be too mad. I mean, so moving on, we're going to look at the games that we have lined up. So we're going to start with Thursday night's game tomorrow, which, by the way, don't even get me started on why we're doing this shit on a fucking Thursday and Friday instead of a Saturday where college football is meant to be played.
Playoff.
Fuck them. I don't care about them. They suck. The NFL has Sunday. Fuck them.
But why, but why are we playing the championship game on a Monday night?
We shouldn't be doing that either. Everything should be on Saturday. It should be
100%.
on Saturday. College football is Saturday. I mean, we just changed the whole playoffs around. Can we not just make it where it's on Saturday? I mean, the NFL don't give a shit about college football. Why the hell did we give a shit about them? We had, what was it, the playoff games, 2 playoff games with the Bears and Packers going on when James Madison was playing Oregon, and it pulled more ratings. So obviously they don't give a shit. Anyway.
Chad, don't jump on that basketball bandwagon. You can't.
Oh, God. Yeah. Basketball.
I mean, that was a preseason, like, top 5 team, not even ranked right now. Let's not get carried away.
Kippy says, Jordan, why you pick against the Hoosiers last week? We chose poorly.
I've seen that enough. I really expected a better matchup. I thought Indiana would win the game, but I expected Alabama to keep it competitive. They did not.
No, we just we're just not ready.
One person that had a winning record last week. There was only 2 people that got a game correct. Me and Tony. It was a tough week for Jordan and Brandon. They both went 0-4. Tony, I gave Tony props.
For a bad week. I mean,
right.
60% on the year. Hell, it's just...
I'm about to give the records too, and you'll hear how bad your year's been.
Well, go ahead.
The funny thing was, I gave Tony props, and he went 1-3. So I went 3-1. But the standings, if you will, are our records, as Jordan likes to say. Jordan's 55-42. Brandon is 50-47. I'm 49-48. And Tony Fades is 39-58.
Oh, boy. Well, we're going to start with this game this week. We got Ole Miss versus Miami. Miami, 3.5-point favorite. Riddle, we start with you.
Yeah, talked about Trinidad Chambliss Saturday.
Chad, that will forever be his name.
Darth Vader.
That will forever be his name.
That's good. But
if I could do something like Peanut, where I have Darth Vader over Tony's face, I would do it. All right, go ahead, Riddle. Sorry.
Yeah, I talked Saturday about how Trinidad Chambliss made every right decision in that Georgia game. He played extremely well. He's had a magical season, taking over that job early on. Kudos to them for the run that they've been on. They are just a one-loss SEC team, but this Miami team got a lot of criticism for getting into the playoffs. I've heard talks that they're the reason the playoffs should be expanded again, and all they've done is go to Kyle Field and get 9 tackles for loss against a team that had allowed the fewest tackles for loss all season. Then they played the defending national champion, had 5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, and knocked them off. Mesidor and Bain are absolute nightmares. I've talked about them for weeks. This defense is scary. Nick Saban said weeks ago that if they got in, they'd be one of the most dangerous teams in this playoff. And they've lived up to it. I have a Carson Beck line, and this is specifically for Tony. He hasn't done much, but he hasn't turned the ball over either. Yeah, and that is the key for him. Be a game manager. Fletcher's 53 yards away from getting 1,000 for the year. I think the magic runs out for Ole Miss this week. I think Miami's defense, especially the front, is way better than Georgia's. And I expect Mesidor and Bain to keep doing what they've been doing. I'm going to take Miami -3.5.
Money talks. Jordan.
Yeah, Mesidor and Bain are absolutely scary. Wait, Jeff, I don't think you heard me. Let me say it again. Mesidor and Bain are absolutely scary. my peanut plug there.
Yeah.
No, you're not listening.
You're not listening. Go ahead.
The one thing I don't like about this Miami team is the way they do not rotate this defensive line. With A&M, of course, weather played a huge role in that matchup. That wind was absolutely howling. You could start to see Mesidor and Bain get gassed in that second half against Ohio State. Let Ohio State crawl back into it. Ohio State manages any offense in the first half, and we're probably talking about Ohio State and Ole Miss at this point. Trinidad Chambliss played a flawless football game against Georgia. Every decision he made, me and Jeff talked about this at work, was spot on. It was the right decision. It worked out every single time, without fail. I like this Miami defense. I believe defense wins championships. That being said, I believe Trinidad Chambliss is the X factor. If he plays every game this year, that's your Heisman. I mean, he was in the hunt with 3 less games than everybody else. That said, I'm taking Ole Miss +3.5. I feel like this could come down to a field goal game again. The hook could play very big in this one. I just, Mesidor and Bain, as good as they are, they don't get them rest. They don't rotate them. And I think they could have a hard time in that second half, especially with somebody like Trinidad Chambliss back there just running wild. Their job is to get a QB off the spot. Hell, the offense runs through Chambliss being off the spot. I mean, hell, he's more comfortable, not planting his feet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Ole Miss.
All right. Tony?
Yeah, defense matters. Defense wins championships, especially when it's playoff time at any level in any sport. I mentioned about, Miami not giving their pass rushers any rest. Well, apparently it doesn't matter because, yes, they were gassed, but they still kept going. They did enough still at the end to still cause chaos.
35-4.
And the thing is, they literally give 100% like every play, regardless if their hands on the hips or not. And that's why I know you're worried about being tired, but hell, if them giving 110% in the first half against Ole Miss, if it does anything, it just create chaos. Get Chambliss like they're up enough, and like you said, they did get a little gas. Let Ohio State. They let Ohio State dig, crawl back in it, but it is Ohio State still. So, I mean, I think everyone's still expecting Ohio State to do a little something in the second half, and they did. That wasn't enough, obviously. because Miami still was giving 100%. The motors were running still. Empty or not, they were still putting that heat on. So yeah, I'm gonna give the defense a nod here. And yeah, thank you for that, Carson Beck stat line. He still hasn't done shit. They're not gonna let him fuck up, obviously, because they're not letting him stretch the field. And as long as they can somewhat manage and run the ball, be effective there, they're gonna be okay. So yeah, I'm gonna take Miami 3.5.
Okay. So
Fun fact on that Ohio State game, Miami. The same guy that picked off Julian Sayin for a pick six picked off Julian Sayin's brother in the open high school division in California state championship game a few years back.
Oh my Lord Jesus!
For a pick six both times.
So Tony, you took Miami, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I just want to make a note of this, that the greatest name ever has come through TikTok. His name is Cooter on a Scooter. And I just, when I saw it, I had to, okay. So here we go. Chad said we're froze.
Yeah, on Twitch,
mine's working.
Frozen.
Like mine's working.
Tell him to refresh his page. Good Lord, man.
Yeah.
Just refresh your page.
He says we're back. He says we're back. He says we're back. We're good. We're good. We're good. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and I agree wholeheartedly. After what I witnessed last week, and then getting to watch Miami play football, it was a breath of fresh air to see an actual physical fucking team go out there and actually play defense instead of just getting pushed around. And they did it against a team that on paper has way more talent than they do. I'm going with Miami. There's no doubts.
Jordan loves being alone right there.
I know.
Love it.
I know. At some point, though, all the coaching shit is going to catch up to Ole Miss. It's going to catch up to Ole Miss. It's going to. I mean, anyway. All right, moving on to the next game, the big game. Which, I mean, they're all big games at this point. But we got Friday night, Oregon versus Indiana. Indiana 3.5 point favorite again. Jordan, we start with you.
Yeah, but this is a rematch of a previous game. Funniest thing I saw this week talking about this game, somebody on Twitter was like, yeah, Indiana won. Just imagine if it was on a neutral field. Well, I mean, fuck, it was at Oregon, so I don't know how much better it can get for Oregon. Keep, you'll be glad to know I learned my lesson last week. Indiana has looked like the absolute most complete team that I've seen in a while. I'm taking the Hoosiers laying the 3.5. Cardinal Sin laying over, but I'm still not sold on this Oregon team. I mean, Texas Tech absolutely shut them down offensively. Hell, they went for it on fourth down 17 times, converted like 3 of them, missed a couple field goals. Sometimes I really question what Dan Lanning is going through his mind. Mm-hmm. I think he's on that damn Michael Irvin, go Bolivian marching powder.
Go Bolivian marching powder.
We got the best down there. We got the best.
I just really question some of his decisions, so I'm gonna take the Hoosiers minus 3.5.
Okay. Riddle.
Jeff's froze up. Going to Tony.
Okay. Oh, Jeff's froze.
So,
Tony.
Apparently so. So we're moving on to me now. Apparently, I'm one of the biggest Dan Lanning haters out here. Rightfully so. And you know why I'm a hater? Because he does the dumbest shit. Especially last week. He's lucky that Texas Tech couldn't muster any offense at all. That's the only thing that saved him. Was literally one of the worst performances, possibly in playoff history when it comes in terms of offense. That was pathetic. Lanning, I'm going to take Indiana and the coach that's not an idiot. Signetti, very smart man. I think me and Riddle talked about it some. Just watching the game, his demeanor, team is just so disciplined. They don't make mistakes. I mean, Cignetti was literally pissed at Alabama at one point because it was early in the game too. Alabama was
Jeff
already in
looks like he's
desperation
just got a
mode.
big old bowl of mashed potatoes. He just looks in heaven and that picture frozen up.
He does. It was a great way to freeze up. It was
so
perfect.
Oh, he gone. But
It's hilarious.
Indiana's too disciplined.
Sorry,
Indiana's too
hold on.
disciplined. I've been saying all year, Oregon's a
shit.
finesse team. They
Damn
are a
it.
finesse team. Their defense is pretty good. I'll give them that. But their offense is still a finesse team. You put them up against a tough defense, that offense is not going to do much. Indiana so far has not showed any weakness really at any point in terms of defense. They can do enough on the offense, obviously. Hell, they got the Heisman winner. They can run the ball. They can make timely catches. We've seen it all year. That's what winning teams do.
Oh, he's back.
But Cignetti alone, man. Cignetti, I really like Cignetti. Like I said, I was telling Riddle, hell, he reminded me of Saban just during that game, just how he carries himself. You know, he doesn't get overly excited. Kind of like me in a way too. Reminds me of myself because I don't get excited even when good things happen. Because you know, you got to be serious at your job. So I'm gonna go with the coach who's not an idiot, and that's Cignetti. So if Dan Lanning wants to go for it about 8, 9, 10 times on fourth down again, however many times it was last week, well then that probably means they're down by like 3 touchdowns. So yeah, give me Indiana. That's where my grandmother's from anyway. So give me IU.
All right, Riddle, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
No, that made
Daniel Wilson said Jeff and Chad must be sharing internet. Were there 2 more dominant performances in the last round than what Oregon did to Texas Tech and Kurt Cignetti's face every time Alabama tried to do anything?
You're probably right.
He looked so
intense.
Just offended sometimes with the shit Alabama tried to pull.
Thank you.
Jordan alluded to it. These 2 teams did play on October 11th earlier this year, and it was a 10-point game. And if it not for a pick 6, that game would have been a lot worse. It was at Oregon. Home field usually matters, and it didn't in that one. I thought about taking Oregon plus 3.5 before we went live, just because I feel like this could be a field goal game because Oregon's defense is playing really good right now, and Dan Lanning is a defensive coach. But I can't pick against Indiana. They look like the most complete team in the nation, and they have all year. So I just got the bird from Kippy over. But no, I'm taking Indiana, and I expect them. Oregon has struggled running the ball. They struggled the first time they played it. They struggled mightily against Texas Tech to run the ball. Indiana's defense is going to be too good. Dante Moore is going to make mistakes in this game, and I think Indiana rolls easily into the national championship game.
All right. Well, it comes down to me, and I will just say this. I will not be picking against Indiana in any more of the games that we have. Indiana could get beat by Oregon, and I would still pick Indiana in the national championship because they beat us so bad that I have no no recourse but to just pick Indiana for everything. But I will say this. I will say this. Indiana and the way that they played showed me that Sig has them as ready as anybody in the country every single week. I'm going to be honest with you. If he can finish business and he can take care of Oregon and he can take care of whoever in the title game and win it all, this team is better than last year's Ohio State team. In my mind, this team is better than last year's Ohio State team. I know that's going to be a very controversial to some, but dude, they haven't had hardly any blips in the road except for one game. And it was a miraculous. I mean, the amount of effort to win that game was, and that's the Penn State game, was so fantastic. But I'm Indiana, just Indiana.
Yes, it is very hard. I said it last week in the Georgia Ole Miss game that it scared me. And that is the reason I thought for a moment that Oregon might be able to keep this one close, but their offensive struggles, especially running the ball, this is kind of goes in the category of like Tulane Ole Miss rematch to me.
Yeah. I think it's going to
You
get
got to
ugly.
think Indiana has also seen Oregon play, and I don't think it's a good matchup for Oregon in any way, anywhere on the field. So that's the reason I think.
No, I mean, Indiana got a 40-year-old running back.
Yeah, I mean, these motherfuckers are grown men. They out there.
Grown man, exactly.
They out there. That John Henry out
These
there.
guys, half the teams have been playing with Signetti for like 5 or 6 years. So.
Yeah, I mean,
they're very disciplined too. They're the most disciplined team in the nation. By far.
The beauty of the Indiana situation that we're dealing with is they have now created the blueprint that most of us are trying to emulate. Tennessee went and had some hard conversations with all their players. Alabama had hard conversations with their players. I think Kirby still has a consistent enough program, but when you get embarrassed like the way a couple of teams did, I mean, you got to go back to the drawing board and revamp everything. And I think Indiana is the perfect blueprint to do that. So good for Indiana.
My big question for Indiana is next year when Fernando's gone, does little brother Alberto take over, or do they, bring somebody?
It's Hoover,
in?
isn't it? It's
Josh
Hoover. Josh Hoover's coming in.
So what's going to happen to little Alberto?
Oh, well.
Out the door.
Wait his turn. Just wait his turn.
Tony said he'll
I told you guys.
He'll probably land on his feet in MTSU.
Yeah, that's what Albertos do, man. We
Dude, I mean,
we might fall, but we get back up.
And I mean, so Indiana's recruiting class, the transfer portal recruiting class, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's really good.
No, they've hit it hard.
They've done a great job. So absolute respect for Sig. Yeah, absolute respect for Sig. I think he is a phenomenal coach, and kudos, because Indiana is a one team in this whole world that I no matter what, even though they beat the shit out of me, I can't hate them. I just can't hate Indiana. Like, it's like, I'm kind of rooting for the little guy.
FBS team, or losest Power 4 team of all time. I mean, you have to love it for the fans.
Yes.
The program. I mean,
this is content.
Groundbreaking territory.
Yeah, the story writes itself right here. So, okay. So that's all.
Amanda. I mean, it's hard to, I don't know anybody that's rooting against them.
Yeah. So that's all that we have for the show, but
I mean, there's 2 teams left in this playoffs that have never won a college football national title, and they're playing in this round.
One of them's going to get in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Oregon's been in the game before and got the shit beat out of them.
Yeah.
I don't think Indiana's ever played for one, but
no.
Yeah.
They're going to this year, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, Riddle, give us the trivia and who won. Update the standings because we're coming down to the wire.
Oh, I haven't updated the standings yet, but I could do that real fast. So, the question was only the 12 quarterbacks have thrown for 3,000 yards and rushed for 1,000 yards in a single season.
Thank you for following, Amanda.
One of them has done it twice. Who was the quarterback that did it twice? I'm just going to run down this list real quick. The first person to do it was Vince Young in 2005. Then Dan Lefevre in 2007. Colin Kaepernick in 2010. Chandler Harnish in 2011. Might be a trivia question later. NIU, Northern Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Then Manziel and Jordan Lynch did it in 2012.
Deshaun
Watson did it. Just 2012.
Yeah, just 2012.
Deshaun Watson did it in 2015. Kyler Murray 2018. Jalen Hurts 2019. Jaden Daniels 2023. And then Byron Brown at USF did it this year. That's what kind of inspired me to go this direction with this one.
Mm-hmm.
But the answer is in 2016 and 2017, a Heisman Trophy winner by the name of Lamar Jackson did it in back-to-back years. And
I remember him. He absolutely kicked the shit out of Chad's Gators.
Yeah, he did.
So Chad got it first, and then on my screen, literally Josh and Big Hunt's responses came in at the same exact time. Like, they both just popped up there. So I gave both of them second place points because I can go back and check the tape later and adjust.
Well, you're the commissioner, so.
Yeah. And then Troy also got it correct. So
okay.
That means that Chad is at 29.
Mm-hmm.
Big Hunt is at 29.
Mm-hmm.
Josh will go to 33. So there's a tie for second, 4 points behind Josh, who is first. And I think we'll probably have 2 or 3 more trivia questions, and they're going to be interesting. We'll discuss that and let y'all know. But as of now, Josh is ahead by 4 points. And
so we got to give more
Chad and
questions
Big
to make
Hunt-
up the difference.
Yeah, Chad and Big Hunt are tied in second with 29. Now, I will say this since we're on the air and they're both in here.
Yeah.
Chad sent me a text before we went live, and it cracked me up. He said, so is there enough points remaining to get first place in trivia? I said there should be about 3 more trivia questions. There's plenty of time. He said that ball ain't going to Kentucky. I said, well, that's not all you get. You know, there's a prize package. And then he said, that period, ball period, ain't period, going period, 2 period, Kentucky. so
My man
Josh,
is adamant about that.
Yeah, Josh, he's coming for you.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Help us all, boys. Help us all. Okay. Well,
Don't fall asleep in the bath, Josh. It'll all be over before you know it.
Here we go. So we're gonna start wrapping this thing up. Riddle's got to get up early in the morning. He's tired, but we appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you for tuning into Lock, Loaded, and Go on Wednesday night. We'll be back on Saturday night to discuss the playoff games that have transpired and kind of talk about whatever we got to talk about in college football. But normally we review the games and watch them with you guys. It sounds like the NFL will be on, so we may be watching NFL games while we kind of shoot the shit and talk our proverbial college football. But we will be breaking down the Oregon, Indiana, and Ole Miss Miami game and what happened. So we look forward to seeing everyone Saturday night at 8:30 Central Standard Time. That's going to do it for all of us on Lock, Loaded, and Goated for this episode. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. We go live every Wednesday and Saturday night during the college football season. We also have the audio version of this recording on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify. So that's going to do it for me. It's going to do it for the team, and we'll see you all Saturday. Peace.
See y'all.
See you guys.